Hello. My children all decided to ambush me after I hit go.
They're all just dropped from your ceiling.
Yeah, they did. I'm turning that light down because it's blinding me. Hello, everybody. How was everybody's weekend? I'm gonna have a doing my makeup now. I didn't have time to do it pre-stream, so how was your weekend,
My
Matt?
weekend was very unremarkable. Nothing really happened. I think it's because I was working so much that when I did get days off, I just didn't exist during them.
Mm.
So,
My weekend was my family did our Easter get together plus one of my niece's birthdays.
oh, fun.
Think she's 4 now. She's not yet school aged, but she's more than 2. So she's either 3 or 4. There's so many of them.
Three and
And
four
then
are the same. That's the same age.
mhm. And then I've been getting dishes done. Y'all know I worked a convention and then it like took me out for about a week. Between that and then me starting going to gym took me out for about a week and a half ish. So catching up on all the house stuff, making sure that the kids get their rooms back under control, which like not as bad as I expected them to be. Was very proud. And then yes, your room is finished. And they also like did a phenomenal job without me up there. Like normally I'm used to going up there and having to like mega supervise them for about 30 minutes to an hour today and they slowly get it under control and I like go up there and I'm like, "Oh my god, you've already like you've done everything I thought that we were going to need to do today. This is fantastic." So,
Oh yeah.
great. My middle child just got a new shoe rack bookshelf. Uh it's just like a bookshelf, but the top row is his books and the bottom two are his shoes. So, it's fun. It's good times. Yes, Fox. Or be professional and don't do it now. Sir, it's like a get ready with me thing. People are
Yeah.
fine with. Um yeah, Matt and I were a smidge late because I was rushing to get everything set up. Hi, Bella. So no, CB's migraines have been particularly rough this weekend. I don't know how much she's an oversharer, so I'm sure she'd be like fine with some. She won't mind me sharing. She talked to the neurologist, and they're gonna put her on some new medication to try out. So, but going through like classes and appointments today because she also had to meet with some teachers to try to get all of that sorted out for her makeup work. So she was just kind of like exhausted and needed to get some rest. She may or may not join us later after a nap, but yes. Which she's like, I'm confident she has chronic migraines and not just migraines because at this point she has more symptoms. She has symptoms more common and stronger than I do, although I have been on the Emgality shot for going on 2 years now. So mine have like
God, has it really
become
been two
super
years?
manageable. Yeah, almost, yeah.
Oh my god.
Right? Ah, like, cause I was on it for about 6 months to a year before we changed my schedule for it, and then we changed my schedule for it, and I've been on this schedule for about 7 to 8 months at least, and, like, it's just been so much better since I've been on the new schedule for it, where my doctor
Time
lets me
flies.
take it. Yeah, he lets me take it almost a week earlier than I'm technically supposed to, but my body has a resistance to medication, so here we are. Then, yeah. So basically, from what I've seen, it's very weirdly resonating with me seeing her go on her journey because I'm like, oh, I feel that. Like that is where I was. And so I'm like, ah. But yeah, I'm hoping that either some of the medication that she tries out works for her better than the medications that I had tried out, or her insurance just lets her get on the Emgality shot faster. These are my like two hopes for her. I really hope that the daily medication works out though, because the shot fucking burns. It sucks. I hate it. And hello, long time no see. Welcome back. Hi, Cool Gamer. Hey, RP. Glad to hear your weekend was great. Hey, Tina. My weekend was pretty good. Got the sudden urge to clean my room and start to purge my stuff, so a lot got trashed and piled to be donated. Also bought some notebooks for coding notes. Nice. Sat around being lazy on Saturday, then I had a date over the weekend. That went pretty well. Ooh,
Nice. Putting the sad in Saturday. We love to see it.
I thought you said the sad with a
No.
D in Saturday. I was like, Matt, are you okay? Are you lonely? What's going on, buddy? And now I'm watching the pound of leaf lettuce and that I just finished harvesting. Oh my god, I love this for you, but also just continue every Monday to be an envy of your greenhouse and your fresh veggies. Hey, Kelly. Good evening. By the way, if you like watch partying with things, like me and a couple people in my server have been pretty consistently watch partying a couple things every Friday and Saturday. It's been a great time. We have a 3-episode rule now though, like cuz I set the watch party up with like, there's a core group that's like, okay, so this is our watch party and anybody else is like welcome to come. And the schedule is based on that core group. Well, not everyone are bingers. So we have a 3-episode like limit unless everybody in the core group are bingers, because we watched 1 episode of Arcane on a Friday and then the rest of Arcane the next day. Some of us just never sleep. It's fine. It's fine. Got a bunch written on Saturday and like nothing on Sunday. Nothing but games. I mean,
I love games
fair,
so
though.
much.
The same. Tears of the Kingdom comes out next month. And like I've been making my May stream schedule, like working on it. I'm just waiting to hear back from one person and then I'll be able to like put it in the regular chat for approval. But every now and then I just look at it and I'm like, should I just cancel the streams for after Tears of a Kingdom comes out? Should I just like no, I'm not gonna be here. But alas, no, I must be professional. I must stream and do work and not just play Tears of a Kingdom, even if it hurts my soul. So ready. I know! I have to finish the Master Sword Trials now. I'm on the last one, and I just haven't done it. Like, I have no excuses. I just have not gotten to it. I think part of it is because I completed the first Master Sword trial on my second try, and then I completed the second Master Sword trial on my second try, and I almost completed the third one on my first try, but like one of the last levels, I think a Lionel murdered my ass by like shooting up and around, and I'm like, so now I feel like there's a precedence that I need to beat it on my second try or I failed myself. And I'm like, but that's not how it is. But I just have to be able to do it. It'll be fine. So let's go ahead and meander because we're gonna do our introductions, but I need to pull my thingy up, my checklist. I don't know how the loading time is working, so I don't know if you'll finish your intro.
I was gonna say, should I just do my intro slowly? Should I ad lib like extra stuff that's not even true?
Just lie through half your intro. No, I'm good.
I'm a best-selling New York Times best-selling author.
It's
I
really
actually have everything I've ever written being turned into a movie and a TV show on Amazon Prime. It's starring Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya and Leonardo DiCaprio and The Rock. Everyone you've ever seen in a movie, they're in it, actually.
Jason
And
Momoa?
Jason Momoa, yeah, he's in it for sure.
I'm thinking of
Bradley
seeing
Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence.
I'm thinking of seeing the new Fast and the Furious. Like, I haven't seen the Fast and the Furious, I think, since Tokyo Drift. But my aunt is a huge Vin Diesel fangirl, or at least she used to be. I don't actually know if she is anymore. So I saw the first couple Fast and the Furiouses, but then like Jason Momoa in the newest one just looks like he's having so much fun, and I'm like, I need to see this. All right, but go ahead, do your intro.
I just finished.
Do your real intro.
So, I am Matt Hollon, and I'm a liar. I'm also a dark fantasy author, and I'm working on my debut dark fantasy novel. However, I do have a short story called The White Harvester. It's got some pirates in it, and it is featured in Sasha Black's The Rebel Diaries anthology. It's an anthology containing 13 short stories from 13 different authors, and it is available for purchase on Amazon and all those other book purchasing sites. You can find it in my Linktree hanging out down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And if you want to see more of me, you can find me here at least like twice a month.
Sorry, my child made a weird noise right as she finished.
Was that slow enough?
Yes, that was fine.
Perfect.
And I'm writing Mom's Mouth the Ilnacid. On my channel, I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things, and I do my intro rather fast because there is a lot to it. On Mondays, I host live streams like this, where we do writing sprints, talk about stuff. Oh, I forgot to set up the topic banners. It's fine. And other times we host events like the Flash Fiction Free-for-All, which is a ton of fun. I think that won't be until June or July. We'll see.
Lament.
If you don't know about the Storytellers Hearth, it is an event that Jessica Williamson, the Hex Library, and I co-organize, and we have the announcement video posted. I will post it in chat in a little bit. But yes, so Friday we will be announcing the dates and deadlines and such for the June Storytellers Hearth. So if anybody wants to, sign up for that or learn about that or anything, like I said, I will link it down below. The link tree for the Storytellers Hearth is in the description though, so you can go explore all our socials and everything. I now run and host a community Discord server, the Sam's Realm, where I am hoping, to cultivate a fun community of writers who hang out, support each other, write together, just talk about our days and stuff. So far, it has been a ton of fun. Me and a couple other people kind of chat daily while we're getting our task list done and congratulate each other on doing things and let each other know it's okay when we're just too fucking done to get some stuff. You stop that. You're distracting me. My child is making goblin noises beside me. Starting May 1st, which I think is in 2 weeks. It's not next week. No, next Monday, actually, I will be hosting our first critique group, which is where groups of 3 to 5 people will exchange 1,000 words of work and critique it and then talk about it. I'm really looking forward to that. You can join the Discord server by joining my $1 Ko-fi?
Coffee Ko-fi? Coffee
Ko-fi.
Ko-fi?
I think Coffee Ko-fi.
The Give Sam Money app.
Yeah, Give Sam Money app. Yes, my Coffee Ko-fi down below. It's just
money.
$1. If you have any troubles or need assistance, you can DM me anywhere, and I'll help you with that. If you would like to read samples of my writing on my website, you can go to SamanthaLNassett.com, where I have a spooky flash fiction and a villainous murder short story up. And you can sign up to my newsletter to keep up to date with all things Sam, where my newsletter subscribers get exclusive early access to everything. And yeah. Oh, like the stream, subscribe, ring-a-ding the bell if you're having a good time, and if you want to keep having a good time with us. So what is everybody working on today?
So I need to figure out what I'm working on, because what I really need to do is test how good my brain is working. Because it's I have some beta reading that I definitely need to do, but the question is my brain competent enough to do that? So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off trying to do that and see how that goes. If brain starts melting from trying to concentrate on it, I will pivot and really prep a D&D session or something.
Yeah. I do similar things sometimes because
Mhm.
I'm like, need to know how foggy
Yeah,
the
it's like
fog is.
yeah. Will I be able to turn on critical thinking?
Well, the critical
Who knows? I
thinking.
don't need critical thinking to plan a session.
Fox is telling my intro is not good enough anymore. That's
I
fair.
mean, I do
It
think
needs to be
maybe
shortened.
some cartwheels or fireball. Oh no, shortened. Oh, okay.
Well, like it needs to be more concise. It's fine. I know.
I
It
was
needs to be.
thinking theatrics, maybe pyrotechnics, uh, maybe a beat being thrown down over it.
Fox says for my first merch, I need a bottle of fog. That's it.
Bottle of fog.
No, but like, hold on, but like notebooks or T-shirts with a picture of a bottle of fog. I think we could do that.
With a picture of a bottle of fog, and just ever so slightly, you can see the outline of a brain.
Yes, that would be great. Bella said the later Fast and Furious movies are crazy. You can tell that their budgets got bigger. Be ready for the 7th movie. It's a heartbreaker. See, I like car movies. I just haven't seen them.
I think the only car movie I like is Cars.
That's fair. I will be. Shit, what will be I working on? I will be checking my task list to see what the things I wanted to get done today were, and that is what I will be working on. I will be checking my emails. I can't like I said, I can't finish my stream schedule until I hear back from that one person. I can't do dishes. Laundry's going. I'll probably read some story ideas from one of my CPs and then work on Jaguar research because we're on the last animal, baby, for my shifter story. Romance? Maybe it's a romance.
Shift Mans. Is that anything?
Mm-hmm. Tina, your About Me is on the list. I just have not made any research progress in a while, so. Fox says in the future when I have spare money for another camera, I should set up a cat cam. Just have like you, me, and a cat cam going
Cat
all
cam.
stream. Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, I know about that. That was the I forgot his name.
Paul Walker.
Yes, that one. I keep going to reach for my drink to take a drink. I have no drink. This is a crime against humanity.
I'm using ice water to try to like give myself energy because it's too late in the evening for me to have caffeine.
If you like take one of the ice cubes,
Ooh.
get your hand wet and flick it on your face. For some reason, the flicking it
Yeah.
is what wakes one up. Chat, what are you working on?
Yeah, chat.
Tina's DMing me and she's like, Samanity, LOL. Yes, the Samanity of it all.
Is it humanity but Sam?
Yes, it's humanity, but with Sam. You good?
There's like I have like one singular hair that's going bananas over here.
Is it like distracting you so you can't
Yeah,
focus on?
Yes. Like I'm trying to tuck it into the headphones. I think
I've,
it's gone.
I've had things like that. At the moment, my brain is so hyper focused on my child beside me because it's just waiting for the random noises. I'm like, no, I need to focus on hosting a conversation. But my brain's like, no, he's gonna make a noise. He's gonna make a noise. He's gonna make a noise. We must be prepared.
Please.
I'm like, no. But then he makes a noise and it distracts me. And I'm like, brain, what was the point of you distracting me for preparation if we're still just gonna
Yeah.
brains?
Should I think that because I made the noise?
Yes, because you're just making noises. Tina's at work, so not much, unfortunately. Want to go home and work on one mystery treat.
You could work on pretending to be sick.
Gotta go home early. Have cough and fever.
Yeah.
Not just want to work on a comic.
No.
Which Tina is making great progress getting her comic ready for launch. Bella is working on some digital planner checklists that I will list on Etsy. Ooh, fun times. That startled me.
I was about to get the chest.
I'm sorry you got cookies instead of the chest, but you still startled me.
I didn't mean to.
So I remember what we were going to talk about, so I'll just make a banner real quick.
Yes.
I'm done with my third lesson. You'll survive if you
Matt, this is
follow my instructions.
like adjacent to
What is
So,
a dragoon to you?
yes, a dragoon.
Let's go.
That is a dragon that works for the bad guy as a henchman. Or a goon, if you will.
Okay, so dragoons were a thing when I was growing up. They're like dragon knights. But there was like a
I'm
divide.
sorry, Dragon Knights or Dragonites, the Pokemon?
Dragon knights. Like KNI.
Ah.
Yeah. So, but there was like this divide in media as to whether they were dragon riders or knights with dragon themed armor and powers.
I'm gonna be real, this is a new term to me.
Apparently, I realized that.
Yeah, no,
You did.
this is news.
So the Legend of Dragoon was like a super popular video game. And then dragoons are also a class in Final Fantasy. And in the Legend of Dragoon, most of the dragoons had like dragon themed armor and powers, but then like their ultimate attack, they summoned a dragon. Which their definition of dragon was very loose because one of the dragons looked like a fucking spaceship out of Star Trek.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I have been fascinated by dragoons or dragon knights since I was a kid, in part because of this media. Dragoons in Final Fantasy tend to just have dragon themed armor and jump very high and then use lance attacks. And I was always very confused as to how this connected to dragons.
Who is dragon here?
Okay, so for you, would a dragon knight more be someone who rides a dragon or who is dragon themed in their knighting?
I would see, to me, I am a fan of using terms loosely. Like when it's like a fictitious term to begin with. Like I'm not going to use like the term ocean loosely and be like, oh, a lake's basically an ocean. But like
it's a tiny ocean.
But like
baby
a term
ocean
that is fictitious, I am content to use haphazardly. Like if so yeah, whether it's a dragonic person with armor and a sword doing knight things, or a knight that rides a dragon, or any sort of thing in between. I would say as long as there are traits of both knights and dragons in the creature at hand, I would be more than fine with using the term dragon knight for it.
But which one do you think you would like more? Like if you were reading or something?
If I was reading, I would prefer probably someone riding a dragon. Like that seems, I mean, riding the dragon's just sick 100% of the time. So like I'm on board with that.
I have a strong bias for like the dragon rider type.
Yeah.
I don't have anything like I don't see anything wrong with the dragon knight type because that can be really fun. But I just like the dragon rider one, because the dragon rider one, like normally they imprint with their dragon, and then there's like some cool magic connections and shit, and so it's just like an animal companion, but taken to like 11, right?
That is one thing. It's one of those, like, looking back, Aragon series, ton of problems with it, for sure. But one thing that I find really funny
Also,
with it is the like dragon human connection, because you have this teenage boy being like, "Oh, how do I get this girl to like me?" And a giant dragon is like, "Well, maybe you should just talk to her." And it's like, fantastic.
Maybe you should just talk to her, bro. I was like, I can't do that.
And it's a giant dragon saying that in his mind. Like, just talk about taking the smallest, most insignificant human thing and putting it on a giant scale.
I will say I am still a huge fan of Aragon up until I think book 3 or book 4. I've never finished book 4 because, like, I don't need to know the day-to-day inner workings of an army on the march.
I read book 4 when it came out, because I think I was like in 8th grade or something. I finished it, went, wow, that wasn't very good. Never reading that again.
I got until they broke into the castle, and then either this one character who had been my one reason to care had either died or fake died, and I was just like, I'm done. Y'all already fucked up my Murtag. What more are you gonna do? Because I loved Murtag, and I loved how he was seemingly a red herring and all this shit, and then they're like, nah, he's evil now, and I'm like, did you know there's a book coming out that's just like it's just called Murtag? I saw like an advertisement for it when we went to Books a Million, and there was just like a poster, and it said by Christopher Fellini and Murtag, and I was like, what?
Murtag is like the textbook answer for me when it's character whose name you mispronounced the entire time you were reading it.
I don't know if I say it right or not.
You do say it right.
Okay.
I said it wrong forever, and I still prefer my mispronunciation, which is Murtaugh. I think that is better.
Hold on, that Dragoon is an actual currently an actual military unit, and I'm going to look into that. In particular, unit of cavalry used to be in Britain. Then there's a U.S. Army cavalry unit as well. What you mean, Dragon Slayer, Bella? That wasn't an option. No, I don't want dragoons to be Dragon Slayers. That's my line. We have found Sam's line with the definition.
No, he's a Chem 3.
It's Beyblade, just ripping it up at the speed of sound, going head to head. I love that cartoon series. Oh, so apparently dragoons were originally a class of mounted infantry who used horses for mobility, but dismounted to fight on foot.
No, it's not that.
But they were called dragoons because they used a firearm called a dragon, which was a handgun version of a blunderbuss.
Oh, sick.
So,
I know.
All right, good for them. They earned it.
So going off of this, Dragon Riders. It's the more Dragon Ride. Well, actually, it could work for both because they were called dragoons because of their weapon. So that works for the Dragon Knights who have dragon-themed powers. But also they rode horses. So that works for the Dragon Riders.
And I would argue that a dragon is a Dragon Rider's weapon. Or
so,
at least
like,
one of them.
Well, this is just like one of those things where it's like knowing the historical context then like brings a lot of interesting context to the fictitious application. So it's like, wait a second. That's like when I'm looking up wolves and shit, and I'm like, oh, so much of what the reason werewolves are indestructible makes so much sense now. Like wolves in the wild, fucking, like nothing kills them. Nothing. they're like, oh yeah, they can carry this disease that like usually kills like hundreds of foxes. They are unbothered. Oh, this other disease that like is very deadly to like coyotes.
Oh, there was
Yeah,
static.
wolves unbothered.
Oh.
I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, it was a fairy tale reference. They have never and will never be able to kill dragons. Really, they are just the children of dragons. Oh, that's cool.
Fairy Tale the anime or Fairy Tale the genre?
I assume the anime.
I don't know anything about the
'Cause
anime
that
other
sounds
than its title.
Familiar. I've seen a couple of the early episodes, but that is it.
That's what.
But yes, I'll get us set up for our first sprint. So Matt, entertain chat.
All right. I'm going to attempt to juggle.
Oh no, what are you juggling?
These incense things. I don't know how to juggle.
I thought you were gonna say insects. I was
Yep.
like,
I
No.
dropped them.
Oh, there you go.
Let's try with one.
I will. Oh, damn it.
Chat, you liking this? Nope. Okay, that's gone too. I don't have pop-out chat
all right,
pulled up.
we've had storms all weekend, so my internet connection is steady but a little slow.
Next time I have to
It could be
distract
worse.
chat, I'm juggling knives.
I know.
CB has been on this Trigun kick. I don't know how much any of you know about Trigun, but in Trigun, one of the characters' names is Knives. So I just like you said you were gonna juggle knives. I was like, Matt, why are you? How are
three of
you
them,
going
and
to
I'm just-
juggle 3 6'1" blonde men?
Tell you what, I'm gonna be hitting the gym a little harder. To toss grown men into the air.
We could play at phone.
Fox said the best part about you juggling is that you can't even see the juggled objects.
Oh, that. All right, let me try it again then.
No, wait, no.
Oh man, I'm killing it. Yeah, no, this is really good.
I like trying to click things, but I'm laughing too hard, so I keep missing.
Whew, I'm gonna do it with my eyes closed.
Matt's
And
juggling skills have really improved in the past 10 seconds.
It
Fox
was one
said
of those
that's
things.
better.
Yeah, it was one of those things. I was just like, hold on, let's just think about this for a second, and I thought about it, and I knew how to do it, and there we go. Boom, juggled.
Just imprinted into your brain.
Try to find
All right, Matt, count us down.
3, 2, 1.
Please wait.
Hello, we're back. I finished reading the idea, and I'm like, I want to comment the things before I forget the things, but the timer went out. Ah.
Apologies to anyone that saw me fully wrestle with that cord just before I turned my mic on. That was I went 7 rounds with that puppy, let me tell you. But the laptop's charging now, so I guess I won.
Oh, that's good. So how did you do this sprint other than successfully wrestling with your demons?
Yeah, I successfully wrestled with a demon cord, and then I spent about half of the sprint trying to both beta read and respond to messages that I've been ignoring all day. And then,
How'd that go?
well, I learned I definitely can't do more than one thing at once right now. So I told the person I was messaging, I'm like, hey, brain's bad right now. I'll talk to you later. And started beta reading and actually was able to get a handful of pages read.
Oh, that's good. So, your limitations were tested. You
Yes.
found them and can proceed forward.
I'm capable of one thought at a time right now. More than that, there's one round in the chamber right now.
Well, I put on my my mask here so that I don't look like a potato anymore.
Okay.
And
Chambers inherently only have one round in them. A mag or a clip or a spinny thing would be what could maybe have more than one. Ignore me. I'm not. The chamber
you're
is.
thinking a gun thing.
Well, yeah, that's what one in the chamber means, right? It's referring to guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd that come from, though?
When I was like, I only have one thought in the chamber, and then I was like,
Oh,
I then realized I'm like, well, yeah, you can't have more than one in the chamber.
one in the chamber. Virgin. I think the chamber is like each individual thing in the circle.
Maybe.
That
Oh no,
a
all it goes
round
one in the
is in
chamber's
the
worth 2 in the bush.
Yeah, it says it means that a round is in position inside the firing chamber of the weapon. So, well, I know the idea of keeping one in the chambers in case you get in such a situation, you must reserve the for you. But yeah, um, yeah, what did I do? That like completely distracted me. Oh, I also read the story idea and responded to some messages. So. Musical Maggie, after a plagiarism check, I think this paper is ready to submit. Awesome. Tina did work and pestered Sam a little. Yes. Jessica got 619 words for that sprint, putting my daily total at 4,396. Woot. Awesome. Yeah, she said that that would be her last sprint because that would net her 4K.
Oh,
So
I also
we are very
learned
happy it was worth it.
during the sprint that my hair's officially long enough that when I'm rubbing my hands through it trying to think, I look insane because I pulled up the StreamYard to see how much time was left in the sprint because I had the window minimized
Mhm.
and saw myself and went, "Oh no."
I need to get my hair trimmed because I like my bangs to be like right about here,
Right.
which is like still longer than some people consider bangs, but that's where I like mine to be. They're like down, they're they're like double at
Yeah.
least. Kelly forgot to feed their cat before the stream started, and Sir Knight was judging me, so I fed him. Is Sir Knight a dragoon?
I was gonna make the
We
joke. I
need
was like, "Do you mean Sir Dragon Knight, maybe?"
We need inquiring minds. Then I got ready for bed, sent off messages about renting a room, then got some data mined for my mead stuff. This reminds me, when you're done beta reading, I have thing info you need to give me.
Oh yeah. For
Yeah.
that stuff. Yeah.
Bella said in all of those cop shows, when they put their guns down, they'll take out the clip and then
Yeah. So I
pull
think the
back their
chamber can
gun
only
and
have
release
one
one
in
in
it,
October.
which made my turn of phrase pointless.
Was able to finish all 10 checklists in 3 different styles. Now I'm working on all of the CEO shit so that I can actually make money on them. Nice. Get the CEO shit done. Or SEO. That's the S. I've almost finished washing the lettuce. I got 4-gallon size freezer bags plus
Yo,
a
I
bit
want a
left
salad
over.
so bad right now.
I
You don't
was
even
like,
know.
my damn, that's a lot of lettuce.
I
RP,
was.
send
I'm pretty sure I would
that
eat
guy
all
a
of that
salad.
lettuce right now, given the opportunity. I can have 4
Matt
gallons of
is
lettuce.
Matt is just gonna transform into a rabbit on
Yo,
stream.
I got real rabbit energy. I won't even deny that. I know I got bunny energy.
And Tina said, Matt be like, and then Tina, your link is not working.
You know,
Whatever JPEG you were trying
I
to send.
haven't had almonds on stream in quite a while. I haven't had almonds
You
in quite a while.
haven't. Oh no. What happened, Matt?
Well, I finished my
You having a
giant
life
5-pound
crisis?
bag of almonds, and I just never bought another one. It's
This
because
is
like
an oversight.
I'm like never home anymore, so like my
You
my
need your Monday
giant
almond
almond
bag.
sack would go to waste. But
No, it's
I
your
need to bring it
Monday
back.
almond sack
Yeah, it's
now.
my Monday almond sack.
Certain Knight thinks he's a dragoon, but Kelly's not sure that they agree with that because he is too silly.
I really want to, like, if I ever get to the point where I own a home, I want to have one of those like big bags of nuts in the shell, and you put them in a bowl, and you have the nutcracker there, and it's in a big armchair by the fire, and you crack nuts and eat them and make a big mess.
This is your luxury dream.
That's my fantasy. It's a home with shelled nuts.
RP, also a round in the chamber means a round is locked in the firing position of the receiver of the weapon, and yes, a gun chamber only holds 1 round at a time.
We solved it. RP solved it.
Yeah, the chambers, the little thingies. Even in revolvers, the spinning part is 6 separate chambers. Yeah, that's what I was trying and failing to say.
Yeah.
Is that
I feel like the spinny guy should have a name.
He does. We don't remember what it is right now. RP might though. Someone in chat may in fact take pity upon us.
Are there any cowboys in chat that would know? Any outlaws out there?
My papa used to be in rodeo competitions. I might be able to ask him. Like he's very cowboy. He grew up on a ranch. He took care of cows and horses and stuff. For the majority of my life, he wore cowboy boots, and like his dressing up is like not dressing up in costume, just like his good clothes. He wears these very nice cowboy hats and these like western blouses, sometimes with a bolo tie and stuff. He can't wear cowboy boots anymore because like they're old. He's old and they're not good for his calves. But it was a weird transition when he stopped wearing those boots and had to start wearing like shoes that were good for his feet. I was just like, what is this? I don't understand. RP said, for once, my military experience actually helps me. Know what? The name of the
spinny guy in a revolver.
Cylinder. Well, no, we knew the gun was a revolver. It was the cylinder.
So just call the cylinder. I feel
Matt
like we can do better.
It's part. Yeah, Matt and I today are just it's what happens when, brain fog hits from one coast and crashes into brain fog from the other coast. With
I don't know if I have brain fog or just stupid, but I got something going wrong.
Well, it's like usually we are 2 people who have just a plethora of weird ass facts that we both just know. And so like if one of us doesn't know it, the other one probably does. And
Mhm.
today we're just like,
And it's really funny to find
brain
that
has
gaps
checked
because
out.
it's just like I feel like the gaps are pretty consistently like $200 Jeopardy questions. Like we're not getting trumped by the 2000 ones. It's the 200s that we're just like, oh, I never learned that. What is that?
Right?
Cylinder? That's a shape.
Bella says we're a tornado of random cows flying by. Yeah, that's us
Yeah,
today.
that's a vibe.
It's even better because like Matt's closet door is vaguely like like what white, like so it makes it brighter, contrasting you who just like kind of looks like you're enveloped in darkness, and then I'm just fucking glowing. So
Yeah, I'm wearing my shadow shirt and
we're
white
we're
backdrop.
we're very much just opposing forces of brain not working today. And then CB is like encompassing the rest of it because she's just not even here to function.
Yeah. No, oof. It's one of those like it's been pretty good weather for a while, but then the last few
Mhm.
days it has been so cold, and I think it's just is giving my brain a factory reset because it's just like it was like summer, 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 winter, and I'm just like, oh no, where am I?
Like we had spring and then today was a very brisk fall day, and if you don't have all four seasons, it is very difficult to convey the difference in a spring
Yeah,
or a fall day. But that I'm just like, what has happened?
no, we've had for the last like 4 or 5 days, it's been like, oh, it feels like warm January right now, and it's like it's almost May though, is the thing.
Summer should be here soon.
I was
My
in
children like leave the house in the morning with like, big fluffy jackets and stuff, looking like they're dressed for winter, and then like by the time they come home, they have removed all of those
yeah,
layers and they're good for summer, and I'm like, they've learned. They have
like
finally learned.
I was repping tank tops and short shorts like a week ago, and then I'm pretty sure
Same.
I got frostbite yesterday.
I think we were
Like,
actually bonding over the fact tank top
yeah,
season has come
we
back, and
were,
now it's gone again.
and
Like,
now it's
what the
gone.
fuck? This is why we all feel so terrible, because the weather
Yeah,
is just playing games with our hearts.
yeah.
Also, I have our next topic if we want to talk about
Oh
it.
yeah. Uh,
Dragons, a benevolent force or monsters to conquer?
I'll start off with a hot take.
Oh,
I don't know if it'll be a hot take or not. I think it might be though. I have a feeling.
okay.
I like dragons better when they're evil.
Ah, when
I
they're like an evil force to be
Yes,
like conquered or dealt
yes.
with.
I prefer evil dragons. And yeah, what about you?
Mm,
I mean, I think both are good. I'm
I
not gonna be here like, oh, I
No,
hate
you're
all
fine.
the dragons, but yeah, I prefer evil.
I think I have two very uh not opposing, maybe opposing. It's just like they're like on the opposite ends. I either like the dragon to be just remorselessly evil, just gonna like
Mhm,
conquer and eat because they can,
yeah.
and like why should they give a fuck? They're a dragon.
Mhm.
Or I want them to be pair bonded to a human and just be like just the ultimate like bond of
Mhm.
dragon riders, so dragoons and whatnot. So I just anything in between is fine, but that's where my interests lie. They are either here to destroy and conquer
Yep,
humanity because they can, or they are bonded to humanity and will do anything to protect them.
yep.
Although in Merlin, the BBC series, the dragon
Mhm.
in there was like this weird shady middle ground where like he helps Merlin all the time. And then eventually when he gets free, he just like goes and does some shit and Merlin's like, "But why? I thought you were good." And he's like, "I," and the dragon's like, "I mean, I like you. Everybody else sucks though. They've kept me chained in a cave for decades. Why the fuck would I care about them?" And it's like, "Bro, he's played the long game." So, that's fun too.
Yeah, like so, like Hobbit, Lord of the Rings. I similar to Aragon. I have my issues, but also have my positives
Smog.
with them. Smaug might be my favorite dragon of all time.
I love Smog. I do find it. I want more clarity on the world building of how Smog also corrupted other people just by existing.
Yeah.
Because apparently there's something called Smog. This may be a movie only thing or a book only thing. I don't remember.
Mhm.
I just remember that Smog laid on the treasure for so long
Yeah.
that when the dwarves came back, they were just super fucking or at least the main dwarf was super fucking greedy and shit, and it caused trouble and it was corruption. And apparently dragons, at the very least Smog, is just this embodiment of greed and corruption.
Yeah.
And he can and I'm like, are your dragons weirdly demonic? Is that what's going on? Because
I buy
that's
it.
unique. I'm not against it. I just need more clarity.
No, that's why I love him so much, is because he's just such a dick. And just he's greed. That's capital G greed right there. He's a dragon, and he's just burning Lake Town because he pissed him off.
I listened to The Hobbit in December for the Nostalgia Train book club, and in it, I was very concerned about the dwarves' horses because the dwarves' horses go missing on occasion. And at some point, Smog is just yeah, I ate this many of them, and then there's some others over there, so I know how big your party is, and I'm probably gonna go eat the rest of your horses. And I was like, sir,
No!
sir. I felt so personally attacked. This is a thing that is specified.
Love it. That's why I love my
I'm
guy.
I know
Smaug.
I was concerned, but damn. Bella likes both. It depends on the story. She prefers the adorable dragons from How to Train Your Dragon. Oh
Yo,
yeah,
Sam, that's a watch party we gotta have. Is the How to Train Your Dragon series. I haven't seen
the
them.
whole series. Yeah.
Probably not in one sitting, but
Oh no, well,
I don't know about a 9-hour. They're not 3-hour movies.
I understand the clarity after I had said the thing about Arcane earlier.
I was about to say, I'm like, no binge here. I'm not a binger.
That's fine. As long as we, actually get one movie a month.
Yeah.
We've been failing spectacularly.
Hey, we're looking good for this month, though.
Yeah. Chris has, of course, disowned both of us over it because he saw.
Oh, because we're watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the binge parties, not binge parties, the watch parties, I put up as the little event things.
You
so people
fully trapped me in a binge.
You just don't know it yet. I can go for either. I definitely lean more towards benevolence, but they can be such a formidable opponent in a fight, right?
And yeah, that's kind of why I prefer them as an enemy, because if they're on the good guy team, you gotta either A, just be fighting against another dragon, or B, you gotta do some narrative gymnastics to give us a threat.
I also feel better when dragon scale mail and stuff is made out of the hide of evil dragons, because apparently dragons just don't molt. I'm they could molt. That could be a thing. They're bird reptilian things. It's fine.
Because it's if they're good, what the hell are we fighting? And if they're bad, it's just oh shit, how are we gonna fight that? And that's kind of more
you just depower the dragons.
Yeah, and I want me a god tier dragon.
Well,
I
no,
want
that's
me
why
a
you make the
destroyer of
evil,
worlds.
evil ones god tier, but then benevolent ones, you just kind of shrink and make little fairy dragon things.
Well, then it's just oh, the good guys are just wimps. If you want to
No,
be a cool dragon, you gotta be evil.
In two different worlds. That's
yeah. No, I thought you were saying the same world.
No,
just make the good guys chumps.
No, I'm saying that's for your world building. Yeah, okay.
I gotcha.
Chris said Anakalagun the Black. Is that the super old big dragon in Lord of the Rings? Because in Lord of the Rings, Smaug is actually a baby. He's actually
hilarious.
a little thing.
He's a toddler throwing a tantrum.
Yes, that is essentially it.
Beautiful.
when he took over, I forgot what it's called, the mountain
Mhm.
That when he took that over and ran the dwarves out, he was like essentially just a baby dragon going out on its own for the first time.
Oh,
And by the
see,
time the like dwarves come back, I think he's a teenager.
is Smaug the good guy
Which
here?
which it just like works super well with his temperament too when you like think about that, because you're like, no, I can totally see it. I can see that he's a, it's so beautiful. But
Yelling for everyone to get out of his room and stop touching his stuff.
stop touching my gold. I'm gonna go eat your horses. Like, yeah. I dropped my top to the thingy. I had so I've been trying not to take painkillers as much because it's a thing I
Mhm.
should have known, and maybe I knew at one point but had forgotten. But like, if you take over-the-counter pain medication too much, it can actually start to cause headaches or trigger migraines. And I was like,
Yeah.
well, I'm popping this shit like candy sometimes, so I need to stop that. So now I try to only take painkillers to help with the pain, like twice a week. But like this weekend, I don't know what was up. I had like a 4-day long head pain migraine. So my wonderful husband bought me this, which is a Dunkin' Donuts coffee that I've been nursing throughout the weekend, and it has helped so much. Yes, that's the big dragon. Okay. Like, isn't it as big as a continent or something like that? It's like ridiculous. That's concern.
Just,
The fucker's huge.
I have thoughts.
Matt, this is why. This is part of why. I know you don't remember it. I wish I remembered the era and I would go back and find the stream. But on stream, you and I made a commitment that we would read The Hobbit and all 3 Lord of the Rings and then do a Let's Talk on Tolkienism. This is part of why.
Hate
Oh, he's as big as a
lore.
mountain. A mountain.
Okay,
My
that's
bad.
a
It's
little
mountain.
better. I was gonna say, I'm like, I hate lore so much. Because it's all just like, oh, you think the bad guy in the story is bad? The one behind before the story was the super devil. And he
the
could
Devil
kill people
King's
by thinking
dad.
about it. And it's just like, well, you're
You
just
think
saying stuff now.
Matt, you think the Devil King was bad? The Devil King's father?
The Super Devil King? Bro.
Devil
Meta
King
Ultra
Senior?
Devil? Oh my god. He was the size of a galaxy and he ate everyone on Earth.
Well, to be fair, we weren't talking Lord of the Rings. We were just talking in like lore and world building. So, but yeah, he's not like in the series or anything. He's in the Similarian, which we should also probably read for our Let's Talk Tolkien. Because that's basically just his world building and lore for the series. So it would be fun to like talk about the lore that we learn within the actual books and then the like additional lore. Mm-hmm. But first we got to finish the Raven cycle because
hey, I'm making a little progress. I'm on like chapter 9 now.
Oh, I don't know where I could tell you percentage wise. Hold on, because I'm using Libby, my library. I've checked this book back out like 4 times now. I'm like,
now
I'm at
I'm not in my car for hours a day. It is so much harder to find time to read. Let me tell you.
My brain keeps going. I'm like, okay, I can't just binge through it because then because I don't want Matt to feel pressured that he then I don't want him to feel bad. And I'm like, so I can't just binge through it. And I'm like, all right, so I have to listen to it when I'm doing the dishes. But normally now I do the dishes when I'm in a Discord call. Mm-hmm. So I can't do that. And I was like, so I'll listen to the book at the gym. So, but like I can't actually focus on the book when I'm trying to do sets and stuff because I have to count, right? And I'm like, no, that's gonna fuck me up. I'm either not gonna pay attention to the book or I'm gonna lose count. So I'm like, so it's okay. The moment you tell me you're like, Sam, I finished the book, I'd be like, bet. Give me till tomorrow.
Let me do some math. I am like 8% done.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. But
No worries.
I found a method to get a little more reading in. I started doing it while like doing dishes and stuff, and so it's making me go a little faster.
Well, once we finish the Raven cycle and all of the supplemental Raven things that we discovered, Graceling may be a good series to enjoy next. I know you're like, I need adult recommendations, and I'm just like, Matt, these YA series.
These YAs, though.
They're fun. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just haven't really found much adult fantasy recently, and I know part of the problem is I'm not reading any, and it's hard to find it when you're not reading it.
Looking in the pantry, man, there is no ice cream anywhere. Not a lick. Not one.
RP says, I like dragons as either good or evil, and since you gave me the idea, the Dragoon is going to be a lawful evil rogue dragonborn who leads a cabal of thieves and assassins in my D&D world. I love this.
Nice.
Be sure to keep us updated. One day we will tell the world about the D&D session that CB theoretically will run for us. But, first she's got to get her chronic migraines under control. Technically, yes, Sauron is the second evil compared to Morgoth. Yeah, that's another thing.
Compared to the super devil.
Well, to be fair, hold on. No, Sauron's the eye, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, my bad. I was gonna be like,
also
isn't Morgoth the eye? But, well, yeah, I know, but I was sitting here thinking Sauron was the wizard, and then Morgoth was the eye, and then I was like, no, I gotta step it back a bit.
That's Saruman, whose name should have tipped off everyone that ever met
right?
him.
I'm like, Sauron, come on now.
Oh, the devil? No, I'm not the devil. I'm the Stevil.
No
relation.
I'm not the devil. I'm Damon. These are two completely different.
Totally different. I have.
I'm not a demon.
I would have nothing to do with him.
I'm not a demon. I'm just Damon. It's fine.
Guys.
I don't know why. I just really love the tone that my voice takes when I'm congested, and I'm like, it's fine. Don't worry. He or she may or may not worship Tiamat. I don't know what it is. I just really enjoy characters who worship Tiamat. They tend to be so much fun. Slide you a copy of Gideon the Ninth.
Who is that?
It's a book series. So from what I know, the Ninth is like the name of the house that the character is from. So there's a bunch of books about characters from the Ninth. So it's like Gideon the Ninth, and then so-and-so the Ninth. And
I thought it was like some like Lord of the Rings supplementary reading. And I was
no.
like, I swear to God, if that's some super duper devil.
No, Dino is suggesting an adult fantasy.
Oh. I thought we were being messed with.
I will come up with the list of all the learning stuff. Okay, so Morgoth is the devil. Sauron is like demon lord person. So, and then Saruman is like a demigod wizard thing. Also, I don't have much preference with dragons. I like them all. Fair. Oh, Sam, did you hear that Critical Role is yeah. Oh, they're calling it Daggerheart? I didn't know the name of it, but I do know that like I think they had been working on creating their own tabletop RPG, which is like honestly like makes a lot of sense considering how much homebrewing and shit Matt already does. But then like Wizards came out with that thing where they were gonna start charging people for using their stuff on streams and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes a lot of sense that Critical Role is doing their own.
Speaking of Critical Role, you know about Matt Mercer DMing a campaign on Dimension 20?
Yeah, I heard that he's going to.
Did you hear what the campaign is?
No.
It's a Crown of Candy prequel, because isn't Crown of Candy the one you're currently watching?
I don't know. I'm watching.
No, you're watching a different one. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. That isn't big news for you then. I thought you were currently watching.
Oh, you're talking the. No. Okay. No, I get.
Yeah.
You're talking.
I remembered which
one campaign.
Yeah, and I remember which D20 campaign you're watching.
It's all good. The Locked Tomb is the series. Gideon the Ninth, Harrow the Ninth, Nana the Ninth. Okay, or Nona the Ninth. Sorry. I know nothing about Lord of the Rings. I fell asleep watching The Hobbit in theaters. That's fair. It's okay. I feel the Tolkienism stream is going to be a lot of, and this is the thing that gets us, but also, but like you gotta give him this here. So
Yeah, it's a lot.
just going back and forth. Because like we got a lot of feelings on Tolkien and the fantasy genre, so it's gonna be
Yeah, like
fun.
it would be easier to just do George R.R. Martin, so I can do just like all just bashes. But Tolkien, I got to be like, all right, I got to give him props here, 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 and here.
Yeah, but the point of the stream isn't just to bash a thing.
I
That's
know, I
never
know.
the point.
That's why we can't do a George
So
R.R. Martin one.
we'll probably never do a George R.R. Martin stream. But I find the subject of not George R. Tolkien. Look what you've done to me.
I know.
I find the
Jay.
subject of J.R. Tolkien like
Just really, really Tolkien.
yeah, it's just it's fascinating and complex, and there's some things that I as a creator and one of Nordic descent or Nordic ancestry will never forgive him for. But there's other things that I'm like, well, like Aragorn is possibly one of the most positive masculine characters in all of fantasy in existence, and I'm like but also his female representation.
It's this is gonna be maybe a reach. Have you seen the like Billy on the Street where Billy Eichner runs around and like yells at people on the street?
I have not.
Well, anyway, one of the ones is like he has like pretty like obvious questions, but he's screaming them so like people can't answer. And there's one where he's like, "Name a woman, name a woman," and the person's like, "I don't know."
I've never met a woman in my life.
Yeah, because it's literally just name a woman, and they're like, "Oh." But I feel like that's Tolkien.
The poor panic response of why are you yelling at me?
I feel like it just makes me think of Tolkien. Just name a woman, and he's like, Gladriel?
Galadriel?
Her?
Dragonheart is supposed to have like play testing and previews and stuff at Gen Con, so it actually might even come out this year. Ooh, that's fun. The Game of Thrones dragons made me so sad. I really liked how he put dragons in his world, just like I liked how he put the direwolves in his thing, but then he murders them all, and I'm like, sir, what the fuck?
He's just like, oh, you like this? Break.
Animal companions are here to die. And I'm like, I'm not okay with that. Speaking of Martin, I like Game of Thrones dragon rep as symbols of weapons of mass destructions and how everyone witnesses them like they've just seen God.
I do like his,
I like that. That's great.
I like his dragon execution.
Yeah. Well, no.
not the ex.
I know.
I could have chosen any other word.
But that was the perfect word. Like I get you. My knee jerk was no, and then I was like, wait. I knew what he meant, but still.
Puts a dragon in a giant guillotine.
No. I don't think my eyebrow ever looked sadder than at that moment. No, we gotta do our next sprint. I swear, some of the little like writing topics that I put down there, the best ones that work out are the ones that I do right before I ask them. Preparation. Who needs that? I am sharing screen. No, Matt, I need you to know that I went to click on the share screen for the timer, and it just moved down, so it was just you. So I almost accidentally kicked you out while I was trying to get the timer
Get out of here.
And I was like, ah.
I go dragon execution, and you go, speaking of an execution, boom, you're done.
Oh, you like the dragon executions too? No more match, just me today. All right. Would you like to count us down?
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go.
There you go. Matt, you vanished right as I hit mute, and for a split second, my brain panicked that I turned off your camera. Hello, hello, hello.
That was scary lightning.
Yeah, I didn't realize it had sound. So, there we go. How did everybody do that sprint?
Good. I read a handful of pages. Now that I know I can't do more than one thing at once, it was easier to do one thing.
That's fair. I finished commenting. Well, I commented on the one story idea and then I read more. I'm on the final story idea of the board because I was like, I could probably read all of these before the stream is over.
Mhm.
So, working on that. Also mildly got distracted by my own brain as my brain was like, we should workshop our intro. It's like our intro and outro used to be great. Had a great cadence. How do we get back to that? And then I'm like, brain, this is not the time. Brain, we're
Brain,
thinking
please.
of we're working. We'll get to that later. So, also Matt RP has made a request. They would like an updated
Yeah, no,
Matt
that's true.
snacking timer.
That's true. The Matt and the Matt snacking timer was a young fool, and now I'm wizened. So
Yes.
much has changed.
We will, however, use the Matt snacking timer as our final timer of the day.
Oh yeah.
So,
Tell you what, I want some almonds right now.
I think one time you did the Matt snacking while the Matt snacking timer was up.
Yeah. See, you know,
it was meta. Fox would also like a Matt juggling timer. That's what your channel will just become. Your
just
YouTube,
timers.
it'll just Matt timers specifically. They'll be like, okay, we get it. CB got her migraines. Matt got her ego.
See, nuts are just the perfect nature's snack right there. High calorie, good nutrients in them. You gotta, they're good if you like to fidget with things because like you crack them open and then you just get a little reward. It's a little bit of a game.
Heather came in to say hello, hug the like button, stay for a bit. Awesome. I started creating my stream for tomorrow. Ooh, what
Nice.
time is your stream tomorrow? I am attempting to get out from under my rock and go to more streams. I make no promises though, because it's been rough. But I want to try. I found the Matt snacking timer and like I heard the sound of you crunching specifically, so I just assumed you grabbed something to eat, and then I looked over and as the timer going and I'm like, yes, I forgot I had sound. I'm gonna be muting that though. I don't need to be getting angry. I had a question for like our final topic of the day. And then now I forgot what it was. And I'm trying to remember. Oh, I remember. You can speak to chat. You don't have to wait in silence for me.
Well, no, what's the word? Suspense. I was building suspense.
You're building suspense.
The
question maybe.
What the question may be.
All right, so 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. So that's 10 a.m. to noon my time. That's tricky. We'll see, because my mornings are notoriously rough. But if I am awake and near my computer. Because like during the weekdays, I try to leave my laptop in the garage den. Because that way in the morning, like, I have to get up to go to my computer to start working, so that kind of helps me get motivated to actually get up. And it also at night, so I'm not playing on my laptop, just my phone, which is like, I don't know if it's this way for anybody else, but playing on my laptop versus playing on my phone is just like two completely different mindsets. I was about to say missed personalities, and I'm like, that is not the dyslexia strong today.
Yeah, I've never been one to play on a laptop.
I mean, I play on mine all the time.
I just play
But
on phones. Phones are my playtime.
my play on the phone is like me unwinding for the night.
Mhm.
My play on my laptop is like I'm gonna be up for a while. Eating dinner, no work done. I was initially looking for mock-up product photos, but decided to just take them myself over the next 2 days. Fair. You don't really got to worry about copyright and stuff when you do it yourself. More data mining for me. I can see a pinprick at the end of the tunnel. You can do it, Kelly. Get through the tunnel. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. My son and I recently watched Lion King 1.5.
Oh my god, I haven't seen that movie in forever.
When they're sick, they like to, ever since I showed them Treasure Planet, whenever they're sick and they're like just home with me, they'll be like, Mom, can we watch a show from when you were a kid? And I'll be like, okay. So lately we've been getting through the ones that I hadn't been able to show them or just they hadn't had interest in. And so me and my oldest, we did Lion King 1.5, and Lion King 2. Most recently, we did Bedknobs and Broomsticks and Mary Poppins.
Nice.
Which Bedknobs and Broomsticks is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, we're adding it to your list.
I've never heard of it, let alone seen it.
I know, it's like lesser known, but like so good. All right, so here's a question that I mull over a lot, right? And this is like the short form, so I'll explain it. So there's a lot of dragon romances, right? But also just like dragons existing as a like species race in a lot of things. And a lot of times the dragons can take human form. So like how would this be any different than just being a dragon shifter? Do y'all think?
This is a topic I haven't the foggiest amount of knowledge
I
on.
appreciate that, Heather. Just know that the want is there. I will. I do. All right, sorry, Matt, go on.
No, I don't. I've never read anything shifter related. So I don't know.
You don't know? Have you seen horror movies with like the Wolfman or stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen.
That's a shifter.
I've seen the Anthony Hopkins Wolfman movie, and that one's a trip and a half.
Yeah, that's basically just what a shifter is. A shifter
Okay.
is something that can
Turn
shift from
yeah.
an animal to a human form. Well, from one form to another.
Yeah.
Usually in the context of modern fiction, it's used for like it's used for werewolves or werewolf-like creatures.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's a catch-all because werewolves are like specifically wolves. And
Yeah.
you know, like my current whip is about a jaguar shifter.
Right.
So it's like a werewolf but jaguar themed.
Gotcha.
So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a dragon that can turn into a human and vice versa would then count in that regard.
Okay. Like I think that they should count and stuff, but I see a weird distinction in like it's a dragon shifter story, or I guess it's mostly that romance uses dragon shifter as a term, but then like fantasy doesn't.
Right.
Which would also explain why you're unfamiliar, because I don't think you read much romance, only fantasy.
Not a lot. Yeah. Not only fantasy, just I haven't read much. I've read a little bit of romance, but not a lot.
About my. Oh, hello?
Yeah, I didn't get any of that. It was all blah blah. Like I couldn't hear.
Yeah,
anything.
my internet went kabubba.
I
didn't hear what you said either. What I said was, yeah. Oh, I'm trying to remember. What was the last thing you heard me say?
The last thing I heard you say was that it's more of a romance thing than a fantasy thing.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about how I haven't read a whole lot of romance, not a genre I have a ton of experience with. So that would explain why this is all new to me.
I think I said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
So
That's why the internet went out. It's like, look, we don't need
It's
to
like,
hear them both.
we don't need
saying
both
this.
of you, okay? Only one of you. It's fine. But then, like, that also kind of makes for a fascinating distinction that the two genres would label it so
Mhm.
differently. Because I really can't think of a lot of just fantasy fiction where it's like, oh yeah, this dragon can like transform into a human. They can take human form.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but in like romances, it's all like, oh yeah, no, they shift into they like use the word shift into a human form. And
Well,
it's
and
like they have a human form, but like
yeah, like to use something I do have a little bit of experience with, D&D dragons can turn into humans, correct?
yeah,
Yeah, so like they're kind of
so.
that
Because that's how
same vein.
dragonborns are
Right.
happen. Mimi got 0 words, but is planning to write the next one. No problem. Bella says depends on the original form. I read a webtoon where only the strongest dragons could gain human form, and also webtoons where humans can just turn into dragons. Age is the big difference. Okay, but here's the thing though. Why so like one of the webtoons that I read is The Newlywed Life of a Wizard and a Dragon or something like that. So a wizard and a dragon get married, but like the entire time she's known him, he's in human form and he's like a human. She like doesn't even know he's a dragon until after they're married and stuff. And like but he's like his
Quite
base
the
form
deal.
yeah, it's like his base form is that of a dragon. He grew up as a dragon. His family are dragons and they're in the nests and stuff, but every single dragon can take human form. And it's like, so why aren't they dragon shifters? It's like the one example Bella said makes sense where it's like, oh well, not all of them can turn. So it's like this isn't a natural thing that they can do. This is a thing that they learn to do via magic. It's like, okay, that makes sense. But like if it's a thing that all of them can do because they can just like take human form and it's just like normal,
Right.
I'm like, I think they're shifters and that fantasy just doesn't want to.
Yeah, I feel like fantasy it sounds like they just don't want to use that term.
Or
It's is shifters generally referred to like is that a romance genre term?
no, started in paranormal fantasy. I don't know if it started in paranormal romance, but it started in paranormal fantasy. Think more like detective, like supernatural detective stories. Is like where it started. Because you'd like have like the hunter who's the MC, and then they'd like classify different paranormals, and they're like, yeah, they're a shifter, and like a hyena shifter, and you're like,
yeah. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I wonder if it's just a matter of fantasy not wanting to dip its toes into paranormal or romance or what have you, and be like, no, we're not using that term because that's not a fantasy term. Because that feels like something fantasy genre would do is be like, we're not like those guys over there. Those are lame-os.
Slipstream fantasy, but with the shifter. See,
I can see fantasy having that elitism.
Yeah. It was just something that I was thinking about. So like I just brought it up as a discussion topic to like get, other thoughts and perspectives. Although with us talking about it, it's like, could it be as simple as it's just a term that like naturally just evolved differently in different genres? Yeah. And now there's just like people just don't want to overlap or don't think to overlap them. And Bella says if it's all of them, it's a shifter. If it's only a handful, then it's a transformation. I would agree with you.
I think that's a fair distinction.
Yes. That is not often how it is used, though. You know what story I would love to see where the dragon is a werehuman?
Oh no, full moon turns into like.
But that's what some of the That's what some of the dragon shifters are, though. Or the dragons can take like half human form where they've got their claws and their like fangs and stuff. And it's like, I'm just looking at a werewolf dragon. That's what I'm looking at. I think I meant number but didn't write full number, and autocorrect confused me. That happens. I was trying to type a sentence to somebody the other day, and autocorrect just full on. I think I was trying to type the word lording, and autocorrect changed it to loading, and I was like staring at it like, oh, I must have typoed, until it did it to me when I was explaining that I meant lording, and then I was like, look here, autocorrect.
You listen here.
Fight.
Has anyone else's autocorrect been just horrendous lately?
Yes.
Or is that just me? I don't know if it's some new patch. I don't know what it is. But
it's like my autocorrect is turned off, Matt. Why is it still functioning when it's turned off?
Oh, well, mine is turned on, but it's acting like it's off half the time.
Oh, no, mine is turned off, so it shouldn't be autocorrecting anything, and yet it still does. And it's not even typos. It just changes my words. And I'm like, and it's mostly annoying when you're like, look at the word and you know you spelled it right, but then like because you hit the space button, you're like, I don't need that word anymore, and that's when it changes, when you hit the space button, and it's like,
yeah, so like lately, because I mean, when you type the letter I without anything else, it used to capitalize that for you because it assumed you were using the word I. It stopped doing it, and now all my text looks stupid.
You're like, my grammar is suffering. Yeah, there's also like it changed the word loading to lording, but I put like I and then accidentally hit N instead of space don't, and it didn't fix that for me. Or like it won't give my don'ts apostrophes when I'm like,
apostrophe
autocorrect. You made me dependent on you, and now and you're like, hanging me out to dry.
I like to use correct punctuation and grammar in my text messages.
Same,
so
for the most part.
To where it's like, if it doesn't put the apostrophe in for me, I'm gonna go back and add it. And it's just like, you're slowing me down so much.
It's like, autocorrect, why are you doing this? So I like how we went from like dragon shifter to dragon thing, and we're just like, so autocorrect.
That autocorrect sure do be sucking right now.
Chat, how's your autocorrect?
Is your autocorrect
being a pain in your ass, or is it functioning properly for you?
A big old dick.
My poor, like, the Matt snacking timer is just like stuck in a perpetual loading, and I'm like, it's fine.
Please load.
Please hit play, man. I will probably start this next sprint a little earlier than usual, just because your brain's out of it, my brain's out of it.
We are running on fumes here.
At least they're not smelly fumes.
That's true. And at least I have to get up at 4:30 this upcoming morrow. So I will be taking the best nap ever tomorrow afternoon.
So this is extremely random and like not at all related to anything we were talking about. But I discovered why so many people are into like armpits.
People are into armpits?
Yeah, like, well, not like the armpit itself, but like when the arm is raised and there's the like armpit thing. But I figured out why, because I was really curious. I saw a thing, and it was like it's actually extremely common, and especially amongst men, and the reason is because of the pheromones that are released from the armpit, which, you know, at first I was like, yeah, right, you know, armpits are smelly. No, specifically sexual pheromones are released from the armpits. Which I told my husband that. And he's like, aren't pheromones just sexual? I'm like, no, pheromones are just like social cues through smell. That's like it, because like they can be threatening, they can be like bees communicate primarily through pheromones, and like prey animals or competing predators like know to stay away from certain areas because, pheromones and stuff. So it's just like social coding through smell.
Yeah. Isn't
That's
that
all it is.
also like why armpits have like thicker hair than most other parts of the body?
I think that's actually
because I think most of our
provide
pheromones
chafing.
and oh, is it a chafing thing? Because I thought like most pheromones and stuff
I think
came from like heavily haired parts of the body, and so it would make sense.
I'll have to
that,
look
like,
that up
I mean, I definitely could be
'cause
wrong,
that also
but I
be
thought
part
it
of
was
it,
like
but I think it's mainly a
any
chafing
sort of
thing.
odor type thing is gonna originate in haired body parts.
I mean, that definitely makes the most sense because, like, when like we think of smelling things, we think of like smelling the top of where hair is and stuff. So
Yeah.
and armpits. So
Mhm.
like, you could be right there.
I don't know.
But yeah, so I discovered that and I was fascinated because like you, I knew obviously lots of pheromones and stuff came in your armpits because like it's hella smelly there if you don't
Sure.
take care of
It's like
it.
the deodorant spot.
But then it was like, this very specific sexual pheromone comes from your armpits. And I was like, huh. That's
The more you know.
So yeah. This is an anatomy lesson for everybody here. Use that in your writing, how you
Or like
will.
dragons. Autocorrect? Pheromones? Armpits?
Excuse me. Well, that also like explains why a lot of people who are like vaguely scent oriented, like, they like pillows that smell like the other person, but usually the scent that like gets left on there is the musky part. So it's like, well, that explains why. So
I feel like the two of us I feel like we could have a stream where we just let chat pick the topics. No matter what, like no holds barred, pick whatever you want.
no.
And the two of us will have strong opinions on anything thrown our way.
Okay, maybe for our birthday this year, we can do a special stream that we will mark 18 and older. And it will be a chat ask what you want, no holds bars. Although we do reserve the right not to ask anything or not to answer anything too personal.
Yeah.
Not that I would care, but my husband might. So
When I said no holds bars, I meant like you can ask about grilled cheese. You can ask about whatever. I didn't even think of like
you can ask the
18
origin
plus.
of Yeah, I know, but like I gotta
But then yeah. No, that would probably be a smart smart thing to put on there.
I step away to come back to the fact that pheromones come from armpits. Not just any pheromones, though. That's the thing.
Capital P pheromones.
Bella said I sent a shot in the Discord regarding autocorrect, and I think both of you will love it. Yeah, I checked that you sent it, and I saw the hashtag my cusses, and I love her, so I can't wait to look at it. Oh, this sounds like a prompt Fox would come up with for those speed writing videos. Fox like is so notoriously like PG in a way. The only like time he's not PG or like not PG but PG like 13 is if it involves violence, and that's it. Everybody, which is great fun because like most of my co-hosts are not at all PG-13. I think Matt is like the closest we have.
I'm a wholesome one.
How does that make you feel considering all the characters you murder?
Look, sometimes death is wholesome.
Fox is like, let's talk grilled cheese, please. See, y'all, this entire discussion, the only thing he's told me is let's talk grilled cheese.
I could talk about grilled cheese, and I don't even like. That's not even high on my sandwich list, to be honest. Pretty low end sandwich for me,
Matt,
but I have opinions.
I need to tell you that I had to explain to somebody the rivalry between UNCV and how it started. And I sat there and I'm like, how did it start? And I was trying to timeline it out. And I was like, bruh. And I'm like, the catalyst for it. Like, y'all were cordial to each other with like mild teases and stuff until the peanut butter. And then ever since that, y'all have just been full
What's
in.
really funny about that is most people that I interact with on a daily basis don't know about the peanut butter war, because why would they? And yet, whenever I interact with anyone in any circumstance and they like have crunchy peanut butter, I'm like, wow, loser. We got a loser here, gang. And
Matt
they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you're eating crunchy peanut butter, bro. What are you doing?
Matt Peanut Butter Wars like did not care. He was just like, you can eat your wrong peanut butter. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Matt Post Peanut Butter Wars is judging you so deep.
Literally, like sometimes at my job I check out people's groceries, which is annoying, but whatever. And one time someone came up with a jar of crunchy peanut butter, and I was just like, you sure?
Well, of all the ways streaming with me may have changed your life, I don't know how to feel about that one.
Just made me intensely judgmental to anyone with crunchy peanut butter.
Kelly says, abuse those characters. And then Bella said, a wholesome death would be Casper the Ghost.
Yeah.
All That Glitters has a wholesome death? I've never seen you judge me harder than just then. Like I don't generally get judgy looks from you, but that one, oh my god, I felt it in my soul.
I swear I'm getting judgier as time goes on.
All right, let us do our final sprint of the night. The timer brought to you. Actually, Matt had nothing to do with the creation of this timer other than participating in a shenanigan.
I was about to say I have a little bit to do with it. I'm in it. But no, the making of the timer? No.
Matt participated in a shenanigan, and then a mutual friend of ours tried to turn it into made the video 20 minutes, and then I added the timer. So yeah. Matt, no, he's always been sassy.
See, here's the thing about me is particularly when I'm sleepy, I come to a crossroads. I can either be sleepy or I can be sassy. But I have to pick one at a certain point of tiredness, and
Matt,
I chose sassy tonight.
I will have you know that Fox said Eric fed his pets, and so he'll give me credit. That was wholesome.
Okay. No, that is a really good point.
See? Wholesome. Right.
I gotta admit, you get a point there.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Matt, you're so young. So much to learn.
Hello, we are back. And while I switch banners to, check in how everybody did for that sprint, let me just say that every now and then I would look over and catch like the Matt timer at the corner of my eye and just like thought that you were full screen for some reason. And I was like, what? How? Oh, right.
Right.
My internet child is awake. She has sent me Snapchats I can't watch yet. I spent part of the sprint coaxing my cat into cuddling with me for a bit because she was just like circling me, and I was like, no, we can't do this.
I spent the stream catching up on the messages that I had been ignoring all day, and I will get back to beta reading after the stream.
That's fair. I finished reading all the ideas and then was questioned, not interrogated, but questioned. So, chat, how did you do for our final sprint? Maggie turned in the paper and started conceptualizing the accompanying presentation. Nice. One step done. Next step started. There's one. Do you see them?
Oh.
And they're just both staring at the same spot over there. And I'm like, do we have a ghostesses over there? What is going on?
Spectre?
Yeah, right? It's like they're both just staring so intently at the same spot, and like every now and then they go from staring at the spot to look at each other to staring back at the spot.
They're both just like, you seeing this shit? Are you seeing this?
What is going on? I don't understand.
Oh my god.
I'm asking CB.
I just got jump scared by your cat. I don't know which one that is.
That's Artemis. Why? What did she do?
Well, at least on my end, your screen froze for like a second, and then when it came back, her face was just right on the camera. I was just, Jesus.
I'm sorry she jump scared you. Hi. She's like, I guess, done looking at the specter and is now coming to try. Well, she wanted to sit in my lap again, but I've switched how my legs are. So she's like, Mother, this is no longer convenient. Her quantifying question is great. I was gonna say something else, and then you got jump scared by my cat.
Yeah, I got
it wrecked my. Oh, how much more do you have to read for the beta?
To read, I have
how many pages?
8 pages.
Out of 22?
Out of 22, yeah.
I know what you're reading now. Like, I was pretty sure I knew what you were reading, but that confirmed it for me. So you're like mostly, like, you're 2/3 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have a popsicle. Can I have one of the popsicles too? My middle child does this thing lately where he'll ask a question and then I'll be like, yeah, you can. But then he acts disappointed as he walks away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so when I ask him to do something for me, he'll do that. And then I'm like, I don't know if that was a yes or a no, or so I just kind of have to like just wait and find out.
Oh.
Mom, I gave you an ice cream.
Yes, I saw. Thank you.
You're welcome.
If there's any doubt that sometimes I'm stupid,
Mm-hmm.
I have this little hatchet right here, and I was just fidgeting with it because it's in the sheath, and what can go wrong? And it just cut through the sheath and poked me in the finger. And I was just like, oh, well, No more fidgeting with that.
Bartholomew.
Time to find a non-pointy object.
Also, I have to let you know that sometimes I feel bad that Bartholomew has just become my default for you because I just
Yeah.
really like how the word flows.
Isn't that my title in your Discord?
I might have changed
I
you in
think you
CB
did, 'cause,
to
like,
Bartholomew and
I
CB
noticed
prefer.
one day, like, I had a changed title, and I was like, oh, I didn't do that.
That was me. I was like, welcome, like we have a CB to
Yeah.
say goodnight to
Not
chat.
following you. Oh, hi, CB.
Hi.
Yeah, you're Bartholomew and she's CB for.
Yeah,
CB
what
fur.
is, like, what's CB fur?
It's like Christopher, but CB.
Oh, okay. Because my brain was like IS, like cipher. Like, breaking thing, and I'm like, I don't get it.
No. It's that you two have short. Well, like, you called him Bartholomew, and that was just a really nice word that's just stuck in my head now.
I think it has a good ring to it.
Yeah. And then, like, but now in my server, when I go to tag yell at you, I can just type in your nicknames, and it's great.
Very nice.
Because, like, I
Yo.
sometimes fuck myself up by going at math instead of at Matt. And then Matt disappears, and I'm like, damn it! It's
here.
not his actual name.
That carrot looks so good.
That is a popsicle, my guy.
Because I thought it was the same. I don't actually.
Oh, I need to go to bed.
I was like, carrot? Oh. Although I want a carrot. Probably gonna buy some now, but yeah.
Oh, God.
I have some carrots. You can have them, Sam.
Thank you.
Are you sure they're
My
not
children-
popsicles?
No,
yeah,
my
pretty positive. I can tell the difference.
So my children now, when we go, like, when we budget food shopping, after they pick out their dinners and stuff, we're like, okay, so they can spend $3 on desserts. And it like started because they had these small quarts of ice cream for like $2 something. And then we noticed that like some boxes of popsicles and some other things were also like $3 or under. So we're like, okay, you just get $3 to buy any dessert. And my middle like bought a box of popsicles. So that's what he was asking when he was in here. He was like, "Can I have a popsicle?" And I was like, "Yeah, can I have one too?" And then he brought me one. So
My sweatshirt's so damp from my hair.
Fox said, "Let's be fair to Matt. Most people don't eat popsicles like they're carrots." How is he to know? Also, this is my fault for biting into the popsicle.
Well, because I noticed
Sure.
you bite it, and I was just like, man, that's not a very, like, crisp carrot.
Oh
But it still
no!
looks good, though.
I think it's
I just-
very vibrant.
Wow. No, I just have the ability to bite popsicles. That's all.
Mhm.
It doesn't bother my teeth.
No, I always bite them, but I always go for, like, in the back of my mouth to bite them.
Oh, I have an overbite. So
Storm.
it's
Yeah,
my
no,
bug.
I, like, shove it into the back corner and go, like, it's a mutton thing.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
they
had a
said
pop.
hi, CB. Storm's like, no. I wanted to be inconvenient. That is
She
it.
jumps up into my lap first, and I'm wearing like shorts, and
Mhm.
she has claws,
Mm.
and that was
Okay.
painful. Luckily, I just cut them, so it's just like painful rather than bloody.
Debilitating.
Yeah.
Rips your skin off.
I'm glad, or I hope you get some good rest, Heather. And Mimi didn't write, but almost done with critiquing the short story. Nice.
Yay.
Heather, I have had a bit of pecan pie this evening, and it was good. Nice.
Forgot.
All right.
I had a
So-
pecan cobbler the other day. That was so good.
Ooh. So we'll do our outros. CB, you're in the hot seat now.
I just showed up.
I know, that's great.
CB shows up and we go, well, we should probably be hitting the hay.
So I was like, "Do you want to say goodnight?" And I'm like, "Sure." I'm Cyclops. I'll say like good night because I'm not feeling well, so I obviously.
That can be your outro. You could just be like, "Hi, I'm dying. Good night."
Hi, I'm CV. I'm doing rough, but we saw the neurologist today and got some new stuff to do. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also in the middle of our finals at school, so yeah. And that's Ta-da! Matt's turn.
Matt's turn.
Go back to my anime glare.
I am Matt Hollon. I am a dark fantasy author working on my debut novel, but I do have a pirate short story called The White Harvester available for purchase in Sasha Black's The Rebel Diaries anthology alongside 12 other fantastic short stories. It's available for purchase on Amazon and any of the other book purchasing websites. There's links hanging out in my Linktree down there. If you click on said Linktree, you'll also find links to my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok. And then, of course, you can find me here about twice a month.
I had to put my popsicle down so that I
mean
didn't
your
take
carrot?
another bite.
Mhm.
Yeah, my carrot-sicle.
Nope. I was trying to like smash the two words together, but it didn't work.
Copsicle. No, that's a frozen police officer.
I said a carrot-sicle.
That's something Mr. Freeze and Batman would say.
I did croxicle.
Cropsicle?
No, croxicle.
Oh, yeah.
No, specifically Mr. Freeze from, I think it was Batman Forever.
Yeah.
Hey, Batman, you like my copsicles?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did this. He uses a gun, but...
He uses glow sticks.
Alright, but hi, hello, I'm Writing Mom Samantha Elnasset. This is my channel where I talk about writer things, parent things, and writer-parent things, and we are just guided by chaos and a good time. On Mondays, I host live streams much like this where we try to get work done or talk about fun conversations. It's a good old time. I also now host a Discord server through my Coffee Ko-Fi membership, where for $1 a month you can hang out with us. I'm in there pretty much daily. We do voice chats, we do watch parties. We'll be starting our critique group up next week. It's going to be a good time. You can read
avatar script to the critique group.
Can you what?
Submit my avatar script to this critique group.
Yeah, it's 1,000 words.
Yeah, it's less.
Like it's a flexible thing. So if it's like 1,001 or something, but yeah, we can discuss the details after we go offline. You're good. If you would like to read samples of my writing, go to my website, SamanthaLNassett.com, where I have 2 stories up for your enjoyment. And while you're there, you can sign up to my newsletter, where newsletter subscribers get exclusive early access to all things Sam. If you liked this stream, you had a good time, and you want to have more good times with us, like, subscribe, ring-a-ding that bell, and we will catch you next time. Thanks for chilling with us. Bye!